Okay, here's the explanation on the matchup system, which will be a scoring system we're going to use for the Jeju Furey Bowling tournament for 3 of the 4 games. The first game you play is going to be a standard knock down as many pins as you can, and you get seeded, and you get points based on your seeding. But rounds 2, 3, and 4 will be a matchup. And here's how it works. You're going to have an opponent. In this case, I Can't Believe It's Not Gutter is going to play against No Effin' Strikes. Here are the 4 players on each team, and here are the 4 scores they got after 10 rounds. Or 10 frames, sorry. The first thing you have to know is it doesn't matter who bowls first, second, third, fourth, and it doesn't matter what you bowled in previous rounds. It only matters what your score is for this round. So in this case, Shelby has 184, which is the best from I Can't Believe It's Not Gutter. That means she matches up against the best from No Effin' Strikes. And in this case, is Brandon's 170. So best versus best. They match up. Even if Brandon wasn't the best in previous rounds, it doesn't matter. He's got the best score here, so he matches up against the best score here. 184 beats 170, so Shelby gets 2 points for her team. People who do the fantasy leagues will recognize this system. It's almost the same. Next up, second versus second. Matt Pohl got second in this case, and Liz Church got second for her team, so they match up. Well, Liz beats out Matt in this case, so she earns 2 points for her team. Who's next? We got Albie and Afton, both with 92. That's a tie. Tie's 1 point. 1 point for each team. And last but not least, we have 9, less than a pin per frame. Quite difficult. Versus 10 on Craig's and Craig. So that's 2. That means No Effin' Strikes got 5 points for the round, whereas I Can't Believe It's Not Gutter only got 3. Now, it doesn't really matter who wins 5 versus 3, in the sense that No Effin' Strikes beat I Can't Believe It's Not Gutter 5-3. It just matters how many points you get. Each round, you get points, and the end of the 4 rounds, the sum of the points gives you your ranking. So it's not really a win in this case. You get wins here and ties, and that's where it counts. What's nice about this system is everybody can contribute quite a bit. In this case, your weakest bowler, Craig, he still gave you 2 of your 5 points. That's quite a bit, especially since your top bowler, in this case Brandon, didn't get any. So everyone on your team is going to matter. Everyone on your team can pull their weight. Now you might be thinking there's a strategy here. Well, if I calculate it right and I don't do quite as good as I should, I might be able to knock off a weaker player. All right, let's test that out a little bit. Let's suppose Brandon can see that he's not going to be able to catch Shelby at 184, so he slows it down and he tries to knock off Matt. All right, so let's redo the calculations. Shelby has 184, matches up against, now it's going to be Liz, 165. She still knocks her out, 2. Brandon, 138, knocks out Matt. So he's done his job. He's earned 2 points. Next up, Afton and Albie, they're still at 92. They're at 1 each. And Craig still takes out Jeff. So he's got 2. So we have 5-3. Same score. And the reason is because because Brandon went down, he bumped Liz up. And that's always going to happen. And Shelby was still managed to take out Liz. So there really is no other strategy other than do your best. And that's where the fun is. Everyone's gonna try hard. If everyone tries hard, they can earn points for their team throughout all 4 rounds. There won't be any round where it won't count. Every round will count, and it'll increase your chances in the Lotto. And the Lotto is what I will explain next. But before I get to that, just one more thing I want to point out. Your pin count. So over here we have 300 something pins, over here with 300 something pins. These pins this pin count might come into an effect in a tiebreaker scenario. Not in a, okay, let's say that, I can't believe It's Not Gutter got 3 points. No Effin' Strikes got 3 points. I'm not worried about this tiebreaker. Don't have to worry about this tiebreaker. Just worried about after the 4 rounds, if the 2 teams are tied, the first tiebreaker is a head-to-head. So if they played each other, who won? And the second tiebreaker would be the total amount of points throughout all 4 rounds. So that's when these pin counts can come into play, but only then. Okay, let's do Lotto next. Okay, so this is the Lotto system for the Jeju Furey Bowling Tournament. The reason we're doing a Lotto system is because we don't have time to do a bracket system. The bracket system, particularly the one that we use in the volleyball tournaments, allows for every team at least 2 chances at getting to the finals. For this one, we don't have that. We don't have time for that. So we're gonna have everybody have a chance. Everyone's gonna have a chance at the finals. But obviously, the better you do, the better the chances. Okay. So the top team will have 270 tickets put in the pot, and the bottom team will have 5 tickets. And you can do the math and figure out what the odds are. The top team will have about 11% chance, and the bottom team will have about less than 1. But that's okay. That's all. It's all fun. And the way we're going to do it is you get points based on in the first round will be based on how many pins you knock down. So the more pins you knock down, the more points you get. The top 4 teams will get 9 points each. The next 4 teams will get 7 points each. The next 5 will get 4 points each, and the next 3 after that will get 3 points each. Okay. Then you have round 2, 3, and 4, and those are the matchup rounds. You'll be matched up against teams that are of equal caliber, and based on round 1. Now, you don't want to throw away round 1. You don't want to think, well, we won't play well here, so we'll get matched up with weaker teams. First of all, other teams might think to do that, but more importantly, you're going to bump up weaker teams up top, and that gives these higher ranked teams a chance to pick on them and score more points. So it'd be tricky for you to climb back up the ladder if you fall down. That said, you can climb back up the ladder, and that's the whole point. Even if you're at the bottom, you have a couple good rounds, even one good round, and you can climb up quite a bit. And there's a point to that because, let's say you're at 30, like Gutterly Ridiculous would have been after round 3. You get a good final round. You jumped up to 10th spot. You got 110 tickets. You more than tripled your chances at winning a prize in the final draw. Another thing you want to notice is you can get a maximum of 9 points here, 8, 8, 8 here. So that means, what's that? That's 24 plus 9, 33. You have 33 points as a max, minimum of 3 points between 18 teams. That means there's quite a bit of parity in the middle. So every point will make quite a big difference in every round, in every game, every frame. So even if you're in the bottom by the last frame, any amount of points could jump you a few spots, and when you take a close look at this, a few spots is quite a few tickets and really increases your chances. There are no guarantees, of course, but we hope that this system will be a lot of fun for everyone, and it'll make the whole tournament from the first frame in the first round to the last frame in the last round really exciting, and I hope everyone has a good time, and we'll see you on Saturday.